Hello, Bakugan Battle Brawlers! This is Christian from the San Diego Bakugan team. I just came here for a special announcement because what I have here is the thing I have been waiting for an entire year. I just really want to make a video on this because I have been hunting for this for almost a year and I can't believe I finally have it in my hands. Wanted to say a thanks to Cody for this amazing deal. And without further ado, I guess I will just get started. I was able to get a very nice purchase from him. I thought was a really good deal. Obviously, I know everything that's in here. But I just felt like I wanted to have another pack reveal for the channel. He's also really sweet. I asked him for a bunch of like reference cards and he knew exactly what I meant, so I felt really great that that was the case because there's so many vendors who just don't know what their Bakugan are named anymore. So it was really cool being like, oh yeah, hey, do you have this? And they're like, yeah, I have that card. I know exactly what you're looking for. And it's like, damn, he remembers even like 15 years later. Alrighty, so the first one here is Chopix. I have a gold Chopix, so I've been looking to fix this into a silver one just to be canon with Saboteur's look in Gundalia. So let me just close that up. Okay. And I'm sure in here we have the, yep, we have the Chopix reference card. He's even kind enough to give me the gate cards for free, which I thought was awesome. So these are just a bunch of Mectanium gate cards. Next one here is Megaris. So here is the Megaris reference card. And this one I was really very peculiar about because I do have a Megaris, but I have the 900G one. So he was able to correct me because this one, as you can see, has 1130, which was the G power I was looking for. I wouldn't exactly be able to play with a Megaris if it was any weaker. So that was kind of my goal there. Golly, let me see if I can remember how to close this guy. Yep, so this is a Super Assault Bakugan, which is something I might actually use on my own team, who knows, and this feels really new. That's really awesome. It feels brand new. It's very springy. That's really cool. You might see a video with this later in one of our brawls. Huge spotlight. I'm sure longtime Gundalian fans will know exactly what I have here. It is Darkest Blight. I really wanted to find one. And in particular, I really wanted to find one with a reference card. So that's what he got me here, which I think is just really difficult to find. So Darkest Blight has 1000 Gs, you can see right there. That's on standard point with most splites. They were like the first wave of the assaults that came out. Really hoping I can find myself a Ripcord later, but I just love how he rolls. This one's just for collection. I don't have a Hurix, which is what I would put him on. I do have an Impalaton, but Impalaton's not the same, although I don't think I'll ever get a Goldtrinoid. So it's just happy getting a Splite in my collection. As you can tell, I have a big Gundalian nostalgia. These are all Gundalian. The next one here is a huge piece, one I have never seen in person. This is Jackalier. I have never had one before. This is my first time figuring out how to play with this thing. As you can tell, it's got the 3 little wheels here. And again, Jackalea reference card, which is like the biggest selling point for me. Because, you know, I'm going to use these in my brawls, and having the reference card there in person is like really important. Plus 100 on silver gates. Interesting. So have to find a way to put him on there. And I also have here off to the side my Lumino, so for canon purposes. Oh my god. Right there in the middle you can see the plus 230Gs. But I mean, this thing is huge. Of course all of the mobile assaults are huge, but wow. It even has little spring fin here in the back. But this thing is huge. It takes up over half the gate card. Not as huge as like some other assaults, I guess, but he definitely takes the cake. Still, piloting him seems like it's going to be... Oh, no, that was actually very smooth. Great. I was worried about like a actually difficult one. I have a couple mole assaults that are much more difficult to pilot. No? Yeah, that's 30. But yeah, there you go. It's really cool too because as you see in my videos, my Lumino's 900, so 900 plus 230 makes it 1130, which is a dastardly beast. I don't know how even a gear would be able to compare to this, but there it is. I didn't actually really need to get a Pyrus one, but I mean, this looks great. Like, I would have been fine with like a Chaos or a Darkus, I suppose. I want to diversify my support pieces, that way I don't like clobber all onto like Pyrus, because obviously Drago uses like every single like form. But yeah, super happy to get the reference card here. That was like really needed. And of course, the star of the show, the piece I have been working for forever. It is this baby right here, a real Aquos Radisson. Oh my god, this is unreal. And you can tell it's real because it's got the serial code right down here. Serial code says it was manufactured September 16, 2010. But wow, he's so big too. That's just something you don't recognize when you see the videos. And even better, the purchase came along with an Aquos Roxtor, which I think is kind of cool. You know, you don't usually expect that type of thing. Actually seeing a Radisson tied with the Roxtor together to create the Beta Core. First, I think is really cool, the fact that it's matching. But wow, this is a real Radisson. How do you open the wings? As you can tell, I don't own one. I mean, the fins are easy. Wow. Ooh, a little difficult. But that is smooth. There we go. It's an Aquos Radisson G-Power 850. It's definitely on the weaker side. I wish that wasn't the case. All of the other ones are fairly well powered, but for some reason this one is weaker. You can even see here, like, even the jaw moves just slightly, which I think is something that's like very impressive that they even went to that level of detail to have the jaw move as well. Let's check out Roxtor. Oh, that is so interesting. Just the dark blue. It looks like the same as the other Gundalian's blues, though. Let's open it up. Oh, wow. And for some reason, oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, where's the G-Power? There it is, it's 860. Okay. So yeah, these guys are on the weaker side in terms of Gundalian, Mectanium Bakugan. So I'll briefly talk to you about the story about it, is that I have been slowly acquiring Mectanium 2 for some reason. I don't know how that just happened coincidentally. I think it just started entirely with Skytress, and I was like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. I got one of the accurate ones, and I just kind of kept going after that. So I have been working on this for a solid year. I traded up my Fusion Dragonoid, and then I bought Orbium and Jakor. I bought them online, just single listings. Okay, you know what, 20, 30, take it. I think finding a regular Jakor is like really difficult in general. So it was really important to me that is like, hey, I see a pure Ventus, I just have to go for it. I don't care if I overpaid it a little. But it was just like, I really need it because like there's so many of the variant Jakors, the camouflage ones, that it's like those are easy to find, but you have a struggle finding the opaque standard one. So I saw it, I'm like, fine, get it. And then the whole reason why I have this here today was because I was able to get Roxtor, but I could not find Ratizen, and I've been hunting Ratizen for almost a year, almost. So the way how this works is that this peg right there, which is in Roxtor, goes into the peg here in Ratizen. Oh, that is so smooth. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, wait, no, Ratizen doesn't need his feet. Hold on a moment. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I guess I can't stand the feet too far. I was always curious about this design because the body is just way too heavy, but wow, okay, so you just have to angle the feet just right. Wow, there it is. An Aqua's Beta Core. But of course, that's not what I'm here for today. I guess I'm kind of here today as a pseudo collection review. You might have seen my collection review in like the last episode. I think it was the last episode. I did actually have many of the Mectanium Surge 2 cast already in the video. You just didn't get a clean chance to see it with Alexis. So I'm going to show you guys here up in person. This is kind of like a 2-in-1 video. Here's Magma Fury. So Orbium, Skytrust, and Jakor all sitting very nicely. And the G-Power is a lot more standard in these. Jakor is 820, Skytrust is 930, which I guess is really strong, and Orbium is 910. So I already got these guys set up for you because pinning it together is like really difficult. Hey, he stands. Here I have my Reptak and Drago. So I was able to trade my Drago. And then the Reptak I had custom made. So I may or may not link him in the YouTube. Don't know if I will or won't. But I will just probably have to make a separate video dedicated just to the whole Reptak journey. But he is custom made. He's not official. Reptaks were incredibly like just not produced at all. Only a very small quantity of them were released to the public, if any at all. So I wasn't gonna chance finding and paying like thousands of dollars just trying to get one. But it's really cool. This one does actually jump, and he does have the Baku snaps. So as you see here, both the Drago and Reptak came with Baku snaps, so I had to purchase my Baku snaps. So these were also custom made. Shout out to my source. So I call him Along in China, but he was able to make a perfect custom. Like it functions exactly like how it should, except for the fact that he just doesn't jump in general. And then lastly, I have him here all set up my Roxtor. So this one is really strong. I would say for this era, he is 930, I believe. Let me just check.
Let's unleash some Aqua's power, Radized!
There it is. So it was inside the wings. No wonder I couldn't find it. 950, very strong for this era. But, yep. Besides the Reptech, which was just virtually impossible. Like, Roxtor was like the most difficult one to find. But obviously now it's just Radized. He was just impossible to find. So I'm so happy to finally have him in my collection, and now I can finally put the two together to make Beta Core. I considered if I was going to go after the Mectanium 1, but ultimately I just didn't really find myself thinking like it would be ever possible. Boldron is really difficult. You can make fakes of Wolfurio, I think that's a really common one. But I think just finding Bolderon is just not happening. I think that was just too difficult. The other ones, I don't think there's really much of a problem. It's just specifically him that I'm just like, I don't see myself doing it. But at least with Mectanium 2, I felt like, okay, I have a chance to do it. So I just went for it. But yeah, here it is. All three of them together. I have been working on this for so long, and it just feels so good to have them together on display. I'm sure later I'll be making a video for my own personal collection stuff, just going through Gandalian, Mech 2, Baku Nanos, Battle Gears. Just a slower, more direct video in comparison to what you guys have seen already, which is just the club meeting together. And so yeah, you can look out for those videos. We're gonna post more brawls. This is Christian signing off.